How John D. Rockefeller Killed Natural Cures and Alternative Medicine. People these days look at you like a weirdo if you talk about natural cures and alternative medicine, holistic medicine, or healing properties of plants and herbs. And this is for a reason. There is a lot of politics and money involved behind our modern medical system. In this video, we will focus on the origins of our current medical system and history of modern medicine in the America. It all started with John D. Rockefeller, who was an oil magnate, a robber baron, America's first billionaire, and a natural-born monopolist. By the start of 20th century, Rockefeller controlled 90% of all oil refineries in the United States through his oil company Standard Oil, which was later split to a dozen of smaller companies including Chevron, Exxon, and Mobil. At the same time, around 1900s, scientists discovered petrochemicals and the ability to create a large variety of chemical compounds from oil. During this time, scientists were doing groundbreaking work to understand the effects of different chemical compounds on human life and health. Most of the essential vitamins and medicines were discovered, including vitamin B1, B2, biotin, vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin D, and others. And research was being done to create these chemical compounds artificially in the lab. First synthetic vitamin C was produced in the lab in 1935. There was a great possibility to create all these pharmaceuticals from petrochemicals. And this was a perfect opportunity for Rockefeller to monopolize the oil, chemical, and the medical industries at the same time. The best thing about petrochemicals was that everything could be patented and sold for high profits. But there was one problem with Rockefeller's plan for the medical industry. Natural and herbal medicine was very popular in America at that time. Almost half the doctors and medical colleges in the United States were practicing holistic medicine using knowledge from Europe and Native Americans. Rockefeller, the monopolist, had to figure out a way to get rid of this biggest competition. So he used the classic strategy of problem-reaction solution. That is, create a problem first and scare people and then offer a solution. He went to his buddy Andrew Carnegie, another man who made his big fortune from monopolizing the steel industry, who devised a scheme. From the prestigious Carnegie Foundation, they sent a man named Abraham Flexner to travel around the country and report on the status of medical education, colleges, and hospitals around the country. This led to Flexner Report, which gave birth to the modern medicine. The Flexner Report concluded that all the natural healing modalities being practiced for hundreds of years were unscientific and quackery. The report talked about the need for revamping and centralizing the medical education and institutions. Based on this report, more than half of all medical colleges were soon closed. Homeopathy and natural medicine were mocked and demonized, and doctors were even jailed. To help with the transition and change the minds of the doctors and scientists, Rockefeller gave more than $100 million to colleges, hospitals, and founded a philanthropic front group called General Education Board. This is the classic carrot and stick approach. In a very short time, medical colleges were all streamlined and homogenized. All the students were learning the same thing, and medicine was all about using patented drugs. Scientists received huge grants to study how plants cured diseases, but their goal was to first identify which chemicals in the plant were effective and then recreate a similar synthetic chemical in the lab, but not identical, so that it could be patented. A pill for an ill became the mantra for modern medicine. And you thought Koch brothers were evil. So now we are 100 years later churning out doctors who know nothing about the benefits of nutrition or herbs or any holistic practices. We have an entire society that is enslaved to corporations for its well-being. America spends 15% of its GDP on health care, which should be really called sick care. It is focused not on cure, but only on symptoms, thus creating repeat customers. There is no cure for cancer, diabetes, autism, asthma, or even flu. Why would there be real cures? This is a system founded by oligarchs and plutocrats, not by doctors. As for cancer, the American Cancer Society was founded by none other than Rockefeller in 1913. John D. Rockefeller's father used to make his living by selling snake oil and other plant tonics or elixirs. He used to introduce himself as Dr. Bill Livingston, celebrated cancer specialist. He used to sell his snake oil as cure-all tonic and charged $25 per bottle, which was equivalent to 2 months' salary of an average American worker at that time. In 1939, a drug trust alliance was formed by the Rockefeller Empire and the German chemical company IG Farben, which used to produce the different type of chemicals for the military industry. After World War II, IG Farben was dismantled but later emerged as separate corporations within that alliance. Well-known companies included General Mills, Kellogg, Nestle, Bristol Myers Squibb, Procter & Gamble, Rock, and Hoist. The Rockefeller Empire, in tandem with his Chase Manhattan Bank, which is now JP Morgan Chase, owns over half of the pharmaceutical interests in the United States. It is the largest drug manufacturing combine in the world. This is it, guys, for today's video. I hope you find it interesting. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with others. Subscribe to my channel. Thanks in advance.